Right.
And so that's why I think I like this hire with Brian Kelly in a simple fact of the longevity on the consistency of winning.
Right.
Coach Miles was darn near doing that, winning 10 games a year,
Absolutely.
almost winning the championship every 4 to 5 years.
Right.
And so with a stale offense and stubbornness and wasn't willing to change, this guy was still churning out wins. So Brian Kelly's resume speaks for itself. He won in Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
He's won in Notre Dame.
He's solid.
Grand Valley State.
Grand Valley State.
2 national championships.
Right. So,
so
no
question.
nonsense guy.
What's his thing? What's his I watch Notre Dame, but I don't watch Notre Dame. What's his is he going to make the best of the talent that he gets?
While he was there, while he was at Notre Dame, at least he's a pro style. He's going to coach pro style on offense.
Okay.
You're going to have. Well, I see. I'm not sure if this is a form of the kids that he can recruit at Notre Dame.
Right.
But while he was there, they always had an All-American tight end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna have an All-American tight end, and
this is
you're gonna have a running back that's gonna get numbers.
And you're also gonna have offensive linemen that get drafted high.
Exactly.
Every year, defensive linemen that get drafted high,
and
linebackers that get drafted high.
Right.
But the one thing I do like about Coach Kelly is
and he is bringing the offensive coordinator with him. As far as I saw so far.
He's a young guy too.
Yes,
I think he's only like 28 or something like that.
Okay, cool.
The one thing I do like about Coach Kelly is he's a real disciplinarian.
I think that's what they need
That's
right
really
now
what they
too.
need. But I think he's going to tweak a little bit in recruiting, because if you look at the Notre Dame kids and the way they speak, the way they articulate themselves, he was talking about in his press conference that he wants smart kids.
Wow, okay.
He don't just want you to be good at football.
Right.
He's trying to prepare you for life, but he want to make
right.
the best situation. He want to breed champions in life. That's what he was saying in his press conference. So I think that's going to be a little tweak that everybody in Louisiana going to have to get used to for the second. So I don't predict him winning 10, 11, 12 games next year. Me personally, I think they're 8-4 regular season team. Just looking at his roster and knowing what he got to do, which is better than this year. But people are already saying, you look at national media, they saying they're going to be in the playoff for next year. There's no way. Go look at the roster.
Yeah.
Well,
they have no offensive line.
I think a lot of what you're seeing right now is I was watching Oklahoma. It was like Cyber Monday, man. Like the kids that was dropping out of their recruiting class, and the kids that was like jumping in the transfer portal. I mean, Oklahoma is one of them powerhouses that that you usually got to worry about getting in the playoff because of the conference that they're in. Right, and the record that they usually come out with, and they're most likely got a 1 in 3, 1 out of 3 team chance of being in the Big 12 championship game. So that's so if you remove them out the equation with Lincoln Riley going to USC, and I don't think he's gonna turn. I mean, Lincoln ain't gonna turn USC around like that. Not from what they had. But yeah,
I think they.
So I mean, I'm not saying like you said. I don't think it's gonna be next year, but I can see why they would think that, given if you remove Texas don't look like I don't know what Sarkisian got going on right now.
They got too many monkeys going around in that facility. They're like, just go look it up. They really do.
The pole assassin.
I didn't see it, so I'll leave it alone. Just go look it up.
I think from what I know, I like the consistency of Kelly so far. Clean. He's been clean. And I think the stuff with Les Miles retroactively could make a school nervous if you have been there. You know what I'm saying? And then also, Coach O game 1, he out there walking with his chick.
Right.
Like that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Is like now you need to calm it down.
Yeah.
You need to calm it down. Get somebody solid. You can get the recruits. You got the facilities. You're gonna get the buzz or whatever. And so now you just have a solid coach in there to kind of hold everything together. And like you say, be a disciplinarian, right? I think they can, get some stuff going.
Because I think the past 2 coaches have been more characters than they've been coaches.
Yeah, I didn't know Coach O was there 5 years. I didn't know there was 5 seasons. Wow.
Yeah.
So
5 seasons too long.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Come on.
I did not mean to say that.
Come on, man.
Oh man.
I did not mean to say that.
Hey man, shout out to you, Coach O. Shout out to you, Coach.
No,
You got your money, man.
Let me tell you,
You the last person that didn't even
Bring down that
say
salary.
you the last person that didn't even say shout out to Coach O.
that first episode that worked for you.
I can knock you. I can congratulate you, and I congratulate you on getting your buyout.
I didn't mean to say 5 years too long.
No, I'm just saying, man. I respect what he did at the end.
I did.
He walked in there with his chest out, with his hands up, and said, "Give him my money," and they gave him his money.
Yeah, $17 million.
I respect that, man.
That's true.
We got the contract, man. It's an amazing contract that we just got, man. Your man said he was moving to Destin.
Destin.
I ain't going back home. I don't need nothing. I'm leaving everything. I'm gonna buy everything new in Destin.
That man gonna be on the hunt, boy.
Bro, he's already on
pimping.
He's already on the hunt. And then he brought sand to the beach.
He did.
He brought sand to the beach, man.
The thing about Brian Kelly, what I love about him is just, even though he has that calm demeanor, he's a disciplinarian, the fact that he had the confidence and the swagger to leave Notre Dame in the heart where they have a chance to go to the playoffs. And listening to his press conference, and I saw a video when he was talking to the team, he was telling them, why wouldn't I want to come here?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't I want to coach the best players? Why wouldn't I want to be on the biggest stage? Why wouldn't I want to be on Broadway of college football? And to me, from a player standpoint, if I see a coach that has that demeanor and has that confidence, that is going to instill something in me and want me to go out there and be better in every area of my life. And like you alluded to, he mentioned like 3 or 4 times about building men and student athletes. He said that a lot, which normally, in SEC you're not gonna hear that unless you're at Vanderbilt. Unless you're at Vanderbilt. But down here, that's the type of things that I like to hear as well. Because if you build men outside of football, you have a better chance to be successful because you're gonna get talented players regardless.
Yeah, make better people.
So now if you have talented players plus talented players off the field, that's a win-win situation.
Real quick. I'm gonna go around real quick before we get to the contract. I want to get to the contract. We'll start with Dante. Do you think Brian Kelly left a week too early?
Yes.
Doug?
No.
I think he did.
I think
he did because if 2 teams lose, Notre Dame's in the playoffs. And then that $95 million can go to up to $115 million. I don't see the benefit of him sitting out this week of not even real football practice. They just hitting the weights this week in conditioning.
Yep.
But I think from his standpoint too, to make a great impression, because the whole culture of LSU is not good right now. And so think about this. If the players and the administrative team of LSU is looking at him, if he's willing to walk away from that, how much does he really care about us? How much is he really committed to us 100%? So I think that's the reason why he did leave. And look, he may be thinking, I probably should have stayed, but if I want to make a great first impression, I need to let them know how committed I am to them to winning and changing this program around.
Yeah. And two, I think too. I never saw it that way, like you were saying, but I think too.
And it wasn't just about the money. I was just saying for the chance to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they're gonna get in. I don't think they're gonna get in. Number one, I don't think they're gonna get in because I think it's kind of who's Michigan got to play Iowa. I think Michigan is the only one that really got it's Georgia and Alabama, and then Michigan and Iowa, right?
Cincinnati play Houston though. Cincinnati play
Houston
only lost one game.
Houston, right?
Yeah,
Oklahoma State and Baylor too.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't really know. And then I think after a while, he's been there for what? How long he been at Notre Dame?
11 or 12 years.
I think he knows that Notre Dame is not changing anything about Notre Dame.
No.
We were talking about it before we started that all they would have to do is join the conference. If I were them, I'd join the Big 12. Now that Oklahoma, I'm saying the right Big 12, right?
Yep,
now that Oklahoma and Texas leaving, I would jump in there. Because if you win out there, you automatically in the playoffs, right?
Because you're in the Power 5.
But I don't think they want to do that. I don't think Notre Dame is going to try to do that. I'm talking about the organization as a whole. And I think he knows that. I think it's like, even if we go to the playoffs this year, we're going to get beat. We're going to get blown out. Last time they went to the championship, they got blown out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think he knows that. And I think he knows that if I go to LSU now, I got a fighting chance to at least have better players and a better chance at an SEC school. But I never thought about it that way too. It's just one of them things, man.
The recruiting is going to be easier here.
Way easier.
He got top 5 right now in Notre Dame though.
Yeah,
he's actually higher than Coach O was.
So I think the recruiting base is easier to recruit from.
Yes.
I have my concerns if he's going to be able to connect with kids from Louisiana.
Where's he originally from? I don't know.
Well, even with that, I ain't gonna lie.
New Hampshire or something like that.
With the with the connection part, with the connection part, I guess I'm not comparing him for coaching styles, but as far as where they from, like him and Coach Miles. Like Coach Miles is not like a Southern guy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He was able to come in and recruit like top classes. And look, I love Coach Miles, as a person, but he doesn't have the most his personality. It's not like when you walk in your home.
It's a little quirky.
You're not gonna be. He doesn't have this presence about himself. So I think if he was able to connect and get kids to come here, like a quarterback, a 5-star quarterback to come here, knowing you're not gonna throw the football. I get a receiver, knowing you ain't gonna throw
Russell Shepard.
Russell Shepard was knowing you're not gonna throw the ball. If you can get those kids,
Russ doing his thing in Houston.
If you get those kids to come here. And I think that part. And look, Brian Kelly, like I said, you can kids from California, all over the place.
17 out of the 22 commits that's on Notre Dame right now from 17 different states.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's a nationwide recruiter.
Right. But does because I thought about that two ways. Yes, your brand, your style can recruit nationwide. But is that Notre Dame that was recruiting them nationwide like that? Or is it because they wanted to come and play for you?
Brian Kelly.
I think it was Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
I think it was Brian Kelly because I watched the. Did y'all watch the players? What I love about Brian Kelly is he embraces NIL. So his players actually have an NIL podcast.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so the players went on and did an emergency podcast the day that he got announced as the LSU coach, and they was all like, they was happy for him.
Wow!
It was like all the big stars too on defense, and I think the quarterback on offense.
Man, that's smart.
Yeah,
let me do their own podcast.
I think it's on Barstool or something.
It's with Volume with Colin Cowherd got that media thing called Volume, and he got whatever the name of it is. They got a contract with him.
Wow.
Yeah. So they got a real NIL deal, and it's like 4 of them just sitting there doing a podcast, and like it's and all of them gonna be like top three round draft picks.
And my other thought with it being so spread out like that is, were they that spread out because of the recruiting standards that Notre Dame has just to get into school?
I think that also was going to be easier for him.
You can't get hotbed. You can't go into the hotbeds where.
And he said that he alluded to that he can't get certain kids that he wanted because of the academics at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But if Marcus Freeman gonna be coaching there, I don't care who you is. Marcus Freeman gonna get the top 11 out of the top 20 defensive ends, front 7 players because he's just Marcus Freeman.
Right.
So.
All right, y'all. This has been the Evergreen Pod. We appreciate y'all watching and subscribing. Make sure y'all watch us on YouTube. Doug, tell them what's up.
Follow us on Instagram at Evergreen_pod. Follow us on TikTok, Evergreen_pod, and also our YouTube channel, the Evergreen Pod. Like, subscribe, and share.